Today I went to Kennebunkport, Maine, but before that I had to go to Saco, Maine, cash a check, and then on the way back to Kennebunkport, I seen the creepiest trolley museum. I had fun at Kennebunkport, Maine. Then I had a great lunch at the boathouse. Hello everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Boom. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mike the Baldadonis and I talk about many different topics. Sharing life experiences one video at a time is my motto. I talk about being in my early 20s, doing 5 years and 3 months in prison for a first-time drug offense. Only to get out, being unhappy with my body, I decided to do steroids to gain 105 pounds of pure muscle, only to have a heart attack and other steroid-related health issues. I currently deal with migraines and vertigo due to today's environmental pollution, today's foods, and VOCs, volatile organic compounds. I buy and sell cars as a hobby, and I bring you guys along with me showing the pros and cons of each vehicle that I buy. I have Gary from the gym. He is a conspiracy theorist. And my main man, Dr. Peter Picoco, is my mentor. He's the reason why I'm on YouTube and he talks about inspiration. I also bring other people on board sharing their interesting life stories as well. After a few takes, many takes, you get thirsty. I don't understand it. On today's video, this is the part of my videos that I try to be a little bit of inspirational. Dealing with migraines and vertigo for the past 7 years, I've been miserable. And then a doctor 6 years ago prescribed me 2 medications, amitriptyline and Topamax. Both had several side effects that was so bad that it gave me suicidal thoughts. That's plain and simple. The main side effect after all the other side effects was suicidal thoughts. I had stroke-like conditions, all kinds of stuff. But the doozy was the suicidal thoughts. And it took me 2 years to start talking about it. The reason why I do these videos is to keep my mind active. Talking to you guys, being relatable to you in one way or another, keeps me going. And I get to enjoy taking my life back one step at a time. Last year, I started taking you guys along with me, and I go all through New England and film all the spots that I used to love going. And for the past 7 years, I wasn't able, so the past 6 years, I wasn't able to do all that stuff. So it's been nice to do all this stuff. I take myself, because I don't take anybody with me usually, and that way I'm not holding anybody up. I can take my time and do what I gotta do. So today I had to go to Maine. Somebody bought a vehicle off me. I buy and sell cars, and yesterday a gentleman from Portland, Maine bought my 2002 Toyota 4Runner, and he gave me a cashier's check to go to his bank, and I had to go to Saco, Maine this morning. I said I'm gonna make a video going to Kennebunkport on the way home. Kennebunkport, yeah, Kennebunkport. I'll do a video, get that out of the way, because it's important for me to get out of the house. It's important for you guys to have someone that's relatable, that's been in your shoes, that I don't want to be in the house all day. You know what I mean? I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be, you know, that person that, hey, you want to go somewhere? No, I can't. You know what? The vertigo, for the most part, I have my moments. I get it from smells. I smell things and it triggers vertigo. Today's foods with GMOs, gluten, dairy, stuff like that, affects me in a way that I get dizzy. And some people don't believe it, but too bad. I had leaky gut and I cleaned myself up. So I'm all organic for the most part, and that's it. That's the way it is. And I feel better. My body weight has dropped, and I can tell the difference. So I know what affects me and what doesn't. It took 2 years for me to figure out what foods I can eat, you know, and I found what works. So I'm pretty happy the way it's turned out. And again, anybody that has a handicap, some kind of disease, some kind of, whatever the case may be, to keep that you're home all the time, or you're depressed, you get a bad situation at your house, maybe a spouse or your children, try to take your life back one step at a time. That's all I'm here to promote on this video. And you know, if you see anything, doesn't matter where you go. I just happen to live in New England where there's plenty of things for me to see. Most people have a lot of things right in their backyard. A pond, a river, a park, a mountain, whatever, you know, something cool, something interesting. You know, if you live in the city, there's many things to see, but I also know that maybe you have anxieties and too many people around you. You know, that's too much, and I do understand that. But it's baby steps. So on today's adventure, I went to Kennebunkport, Maine, but before that, driving from the bank, going there, I come across this old trolley museum, which was super creepy. It was open. I'm driving through, I was like, this is cool and creepy. Cool and creepy. There was only 2 cars parked at the museum. I was like, am I gonna go in there? I gotta really get to Kennebunkport and blast that area, take my videos, and you know, do what I gotta do. So as I'm driving through, it said one way to go back out and the other was to go through all the mud, all the trains, and I was like, wow, this place is crazy. I almost got stuck several times in the mud. And trying to navigate my way out, there was no real signs to tell you where to go. It just said exit. And then you're in this huge yard full of old trolleys and trains and buses. So I just made myself, I turned around, come back, and decided to go into the museum. I get out, I walk in, there's nobody there. I mean, obviously there's 2 cars there. They were somewhere in the building, but the place itself was not up and running. Like, there was no lights in the museum part. I just looked around real quick and I said, well, I don't think there's anybody here, so I left. So it was unique seeing that. I was glad that I got it on film, and I was like, yeah, cool. So I went to Kennebunkport. Now, it's winter time, it was 43 degrees. It was pretty nice for a New England day, okay? And nobody around. There was people doing a lot of construction. You can hear it throughout the little section of town. And, you know, it's rebuilt season, you know what I mean? They're repairing some things, and some places were open, some places weren't. And there was like a handful of people throughout the town walking around. I mean, it was like a ghost town. So I did my little video, I panned through it. I hope you liked what you saw. And I went to lunch. I think the lunch was the best part of it because it was a beautiful restaurant, the Boathouse. There's a hotel upstairs, a beautiful restaurant downstairs, and I was looking out at the ocean. And today I went off my usual eating habits, and I had crab cakes, and I had baked haddock and some vegetables. The staff was really friendly, and I think her name was Abby. I hope it's Abby. She was my waitress. And Abby, thank you very much for saying hello to me. And if it's not Abby, please leave a comment. And I thought it was Abby. It could be Alicia. I think it's Abby though. But I had a great time. The staff was wicked friendly. And yeah, take your life back. Baby steps, okay? But get out there and do something. Keep your mind active. Do what I do. Maybe start up a YouTube channel and start talking about whatever it is that's wrong with you so you can be relatable to other people. All right, guys, so until the next video, Baldadonis out.